I often hear custom residential builders complaining that clients are always calling, they're always messaging, they're always changing their mind, that navigating client relationships like this can be really taxing and draining because they seem to just always want a piece of the builder and always want the builder to be on.
I really like this one because this is one of the most simple ones that you can get like change instantly. I can't believe that I didn't understand for a very long time. It's my business, so I can operate it however I want. And one of the simplest things you can do is have business hours. Just something as simple as having business hours on your email signatures, on every document that a client sees, even if you want to go and put it on your voice messages and those types of things. But it just makes sense. Like every other business has operating hours, so why should a building business be contacted by clients at all hours, after hours, weekends? I've heard so many stories of builders getting phone calls or text messages from their clients while they're out to dinner with their family on a weekend or out on a date night. And that just shouldn't happen. For number one, it's disrespectful, but it happens because builders allow it to happen. And unless we're setting those boundaries and telling our clients, hey, this is our business hours, then I guess, what do you expect?
Yeah, I find it really interesting that builders expect to be treated like a professional, but then won't actually set up the rules and the structure in their business to behave like a professional. And when a client's going through this for the very first time, they're going to take the cue from the builder as to what they can and can't do. And so if you as a builder are not setting business hours about how you operate, rules of communication about when a client and how a client can get in touch with you, then you can't be surprised when a client who's doing something that they're as personally and financially invested in as making their project happen, that they're going to feel like that they can contact the builder at any point. And I know too, from the work that we do with builders, we know from the hundreds of builders we've worked with, builders are naturally people pleasers. So there can be a lot of fear and concern that if I don't make myself 100% available to a client at all times, that client's going to be annoyed, they're going to be frustrated, they might walk away, I might lose this project. And so they confuse this access and availability with good business practice, and the reverse is actually the case.
100%. The more access you give your clients to you, the more issues you're going to have. And it can be a hard thing because a lot of the times it's happening because as builders we're on the tools, we're working normal business hours that people are working, and so quite often we're doing office work after hours and those types of things. And the thing is, once you set your business hours, you can't break them. So you can't be expecting a client not to contact you on weekends after hours. And that's everything. That's email, text messages, phone calls. But it's okay for you to do that. But the other thing that happens a lot, which we see from our members, and I know from personal experience, a lot of the times builders are setting these expectations from the very first point of contact. So a client might drive past a job site on a weekend and see their number and give them a call, or they might, or after hours, or whatever the case may be, and the builder answers. And as soon as you've done that once, you have set an expectation, and that client's like, oh shit, he's answered the phone, I can call him anytime I like. So something as simple as setting business hours and then being really strict with yourself and everybody else in your business. If your business is at a size where you've got supervisors or other people that communicate with your clients, everybody has to have those same hours. So it's very easy for your clients to know that outside of those work hours, they cannot contact anybody.
Yeah, and I think the important thing is to work out what's going to be the best way of applying this into your business, and then be able to set up the communication tools and templates to be able to navigate that more confidently, so that it's the very first communication that you have with a client, as you said, you explain to them, these are our business hours, this is how you can communicate with us, this is how we communicate during our projects, this is what you can expect from us. And you'll find that clients will love that they understand the boundaries with which they're working with you. They know that this isn't a case of that they can never talk to you, but they know when they can talk to you. They know that you're still available to discuss things with them. And immediately then that gives them the opportunity to start building a relationship of trust and connection within the boundaries that you've set for your own business.
It's funny because the industry has created this problem ourselves, and we continue to let it happen. Whereas like there's so many ways you can explain this. Like you don't go, if you own a Toyota, you don't go and drop your car off at Toyota at 7 p.m. of a night, or you don't ring up the Toyota dealership and say, hey, I'm working, I'll come and drop my car off when I'm finished. The person dropping the car off has to fit in to the working hours of Toyota. And it's the same. I feel like there's this thing with the construction industry that because it's not a premises, like because we're working on someone else's site, that the people that own that site feel like they take ownership of the people working on that site. And in reality, like that job site is no different to a Toyota dealership or a Woolies or a doctor's surgery or any of those types of things. Like every other business out there, takeaway store, whatever it is, has business hours. So it's really up to the industry to make sure we set clear working hours and we stand by those hours.
Yeah, I think too, because it can feel like a really personal undertaking for a client, and they feel like they're dealing with an individual as this builder or business owner, that again, it's that person-to-person relationship. But if you want to actually be running a business, you need to operate like a business, and that means setting the rules and expectations for how your clients work with you.